Hey guys, welcome to Judge Jodi. Wow, what a game. What a game. I don't even know where we start with that game, but what I'm going to start with is who I've got here with me tonight, guys. Joining me to break down the performance against Chelsea, we've got Paxton Road's one and only Sean Hurl. Sean, welcome back. How are you?
I'm fine. Still getting to grips with that furore at the end, both
Mm.
on and off the field. But yeah, um, yeah, I'm
Well, I,
quite
I
happy.
named the show Football or War because, it could have been a war there
It
with
could
all
have been,
that
yeah, could have been, yeah.
stuff that was going on. So sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's it's a point at Stamford Bridge, so we'll take that at the beginning of the day.
Hmm.
I did hope for more, but
Yeah. What were your thoughts going in? Because I don't think we spoke about your initial thoughts about. I didn't watch the pregame. Sorry about that. What were you thinking
Oh
in
no,
terms
I
of
was thinking that we would,
all guns blazing?
all guns blazing, and the first 10 minutes suggested that we were pressing them back, and
Yeah.
but then it quickly became clear that their extra man in midfield was
Yeah.
killing us, and we couldn't
Not
we
just
couldn't
that
cope with.
though. The size, right? The size of the Chelsea players. They're all massive, pretty much, aren't they? I think those big lads.
Well, so are
Just
our
one on
guys.
one. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think they were
I
making
just
it
I
up.
just thought the formation suited Chelsea better, and then obviously the weather played a part as well because it's very
Hmm.
tiring when you're not in possession of the ball and
Yeah.
it's as hot as it was in the stadium. So yeah, but
And we can't get away with talking about some of those refs' decisions that went our way.
yep,
Um,
yep.
Happy to get the point. I mean, what more can you say, really?
Look, I mean, I went big for a 3-1 win for us, so obviously I've got put in my place a little bit, but
Yeah,
mentality, they didn't give up. They played till the final whistle and they got the reward, in the end. And well done, well done
yeah,
to the guys.
yeah, definitely. I think so. Yeah, not much. Like I said, I think I'd call a 2-1 win to us. I think a lot of us probably went into that game thinking it was going to go down a lot differently. I think obviously we'll get into it when we talk about the players individually and how they performed. But yeah, I think like I said before the match, I'd be happy with a point, and we got the point. So we broke the drought. Well, yeah, the four game drought from last year anyway, where they smashed us for 4 games. So we've broken that
Mm.
drought, and hopefully that will give the players some kind of confidence, I guess, for the next time we play them. So
Hmm.
anyway, guys, if you are just joining us, please like and subscribe to Paxton Road TV. We would really, really appreciate it, and we really love having you guys here. And please get in the comments and tell us how you thought the game went down. Tell us what you think about your ratings are for the players as well. And yeah, with that, I think what we'll do is we'll get into it, Sean, because there's a bit to talk about, I think, today with some of these
There is
players.
there is plenty of talking points. Oh, that's another show. Yeah.
That's tomorrow night, Talking
Mm.
Points, 8 p.m. Cool. So, Lloris, what we saying? Hugo, 7 and a 6.5. So, people listening in, Sean's given Hugo 7. I've given him a 6.5. Do you want to start or do you want me to start, Sean? What are you thinking?
I'll start. I mean, I thought, I suppose when you concede goals, you look at whether Lloris was at fault for them, and there's not really anything he could have done about either goal. To be fair, I don't think. I mean, the first one was an absolute rocket from Koulibaly. I mean, that was a defensive error, wasn't it? It wasn't, it wasn't on Hugo. And
Yeah.
then the second one, maybe he could have come out and made himself a bit bigger but James was, through on goal and it was a one-on-one. So,
Yeah,
normally,
definitely.
yeah. So it's, and everything else, he's incompetent enough. He passed well. I don't remember him giving the ball away unnecessarily.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
he was exposed when we went to a 4, but that was also when we got back into the game the first time. So
Yeah.
I mean, a competent enough performance, and no real howlers as well as I can remember for Hugo.
Yeah, I agree. I think seven's probably fair. A 6.5 for me, just because again, I don't think there was that much action for him. I think that save that he had to deny Havertz, I thought that was excellent. I thought that was a really, really good save from him. And then, yeah, I think I agree with you in that I don't think he could have really done anything for Koulibaly's goal. So, yeah, I think 6.5, maybe even a 7 for Lloris. But I just think that because it was pretty quiet for him, one save, 31 touches, like wasn't really much for him to do. So, yeah, not too much to really say about Lloris, I don't think, other than
Yep.
that. So let's move on. Romero, an 8 and a 7.5. Again, pretty similar scores we're going for here, Sean. I think I'll go first for this one. I think you're
Mm-hmm.
got more to say maybe about Romero, our cutie today, but for me, just like another aggressive match as we all saw. I think what is it, 7 amazing tackles that he pulled out. Obviously, we're going to talk about the hair pulling. We can't get away without talking about the hair pulling. I think all of the action he had today definitely shows why he is such an amazing player. He didn't get booked at all, which I think for Chelsea fans and Chelsea players, that probably not ideal for them. But for us, the fact that that didn't happen, yeah, great. I think for me, I'm just, I am worried about his aggression. I love it, but I also am worried, like, some refs, you don't know what they're going to do, right? So if he does
Mm-hmm.
come out and get a red card or get suspended or anything, like, we need him. So I love it so much, but it just, yeah, it is worrying sometimes that I think he does it well, and he knows what he's doing, but it's just, it is worrying to me that we might be without him for some important games. That's all. But yeah, I think amazing 7.5. I think for me, just because, yeah, I think could have been an 8, but yeah, 7.5 for me. What do you think, Sean?
I had to give him an 8 as a sort of clear, for me, the man of the match. He never bowed down. He never gave up. He took hits for the team. He remembered who'd hit him, and he got his own back. So Cucurella might well be complaining that he's short of a few lumps of hair, but he also left his studs in Cutie's thigh at one point. So don't, if you're going to mix with Mr. Shithouse, you better bring your A game,
That's
because
true. Yeah.
and to see him
He knows
screaming
how.
in the face of Reece James when we equalised for the second
Yeah.
time, worth the admission money alone. Worth the admission. Yeah, definitely. Wonderful. Well done, Cristian. Keep it up. Don't take no nonsense. Don't take no prisoners. Yeah, he was good. He was good. He was by far our best defender today.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. Thank you for that. All right, moving on to Eric Dier. So you've given him a 6. I've given him a 7. For me, I think, yeah, I think he was tackling well. I think he had some really nice blocks there. I think clearances, he was doing well. Interceptions, I think, what is it, 5 interceptions? Like, I think the guy had a pretty decent game. You couldn't say that for a lot of the players on the pitch, but I think the defense kind of, did what they needed to do. And yeah, I think he actually was one of the better players on the day as well. So yeah, I think a solid 7 for me. What are you saying about the 6 there, Sean?
I'm thinking that
I missed something there, probably.
I think he was. There were a number of occasions when he was caught upfield. I could understand why, because with their extra midfield player, they were passing through our press far too easily, and he obviously had to go and deal with the likes of Mount and things like that. But yeah, I thought Dier had not his best game. I saw hacks rather than clearances, and a few of them with his left foot, which he's just not very good with, to be honest. So yeah, I only gave him a 6. Maybe it might have been worth a 6.5, but I'm rebelling against this Portnoy. Portnoy.
Decimals. You don't want the decimals.
The decimals. Yeah, but yeah, no, I thought. Yeah, I mean, he was decent enough, but I've seen him play better.
Yep, fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on. Ben Davies, 6 and a 7.5. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, for me, he gets an extra half point from Dier just because of the assist he got. I have to mark him up for that. But I do think he was getting overrun by Chelsea. I think yeah, I think the assist kind of got him that extra point from Dier for me. I think he was helping in the defense. I think he won the corner as well for the final goal, which helped him out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what you're saying because you've given him like a point and a half lower than me. So what are you thinking
Yeah,
about
again,
Ben?
I thought again it was not one of Ben's best days. I remember an almighty hack which went over his head in the second half, which didn't clear the box. He was cruelly exposed when we went to a 4. And he's clearly not a
Yeah, he
left
didn't.
back.
He
He's clearly
struggled when
not a
we
left back.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
probably my one criticism of Conte today was that I could, he went to a 4 to try and get the first goal back, which we did, but then he should have brought Perisic on and gone back to the back 5, and he didn't. And then, of course, Chelsea exposed us because they had extra players in midfield, and it's just like,
yeah.
it was again not one of Ben's better performances. Not terrible, but he certainly he's played better as well this season, and towards the end of last season.
Yep. Fair. Right. Let's move on from these guys. Let's go to Emerson. Again, so you've given him a 7. I've given him a 5.5. I think I'll let you go first on this one, Sean. What are you saying about that 7?
I thought Emerson was probably okay. Was certainly the better of the wing backs. I thought he was, particularly in the first half, he was getting forward. You can tell there's not the trust in the forward line about his crossing, because he actually delivered an absolutely perfect cross to the edge of the 6-yard box, but Kane hadn't bust the gut to get there. And if he had, he would have free header on, in the middle of the goal. So fair dues. I thought Royal was okay today, and I think I mean.
Juice Nuts is agreeing with you. He's saying Royal's a 7.5. So
I thought, give him his due. He was, he was a threat in the final third, and which is what Conte wants. He covered back well, as I seem to remember, particularly in the first half. He was getting back, the number of times that he had the ball and he was looking inside for the player that was supposed to be there, and the player wasn't there, was quite alarming. But Royal did all right for me today.
Yeah, I agree. I think he was the better of the wing backs for me. I think he was definitely defending really well as well. I think I remember, like you said, I think there's some really nice moments for me, especially in the first half. I remember there's like a really nice volley, and that really nice cross I think you spoke about. But I don't think there was enough going forward from him. But it was too hard. Like, we didn't see that with anyone. I think the way that Chelsea had us pinned down and everything, I think he was struggling up against it. So I guess not really his fault. I definitely think it was a decent performance, but my scores really, other than the kind of the back line, aren't really that high. So 5.5 for me. Maybe push to a 6. I think. I do think he played decently for what we were up against, I think so. Right, let's move to Sess, I think, is next. Sess, 5.5. I think we're in agreement there. Again, a hard day for him, right?
It was a tough day. I mean, he was up against, he came out and spoke a good game before the game. I'm up against players I know, like Reece James and, Hudson-Odoi. But he just didn't, for me, he was neither fish nor fowl. I don't think he was doing very well defensively, which he normally does one aspect well, defensively or attacking. And I just feel he was bullied. He was bullied today, and I was surprised that he stayed on after half time. To be fair,
do you think
he was.
do you think Perisic is fit enough to come on kind of at that 45-minute mark though? Like that was my thinking, that maybe he's not there yet to have that amount of time. But
I think you're probably right. I think he's obviously coming back into the game, after quite a serious injury. And he can do a 20 minutes or a 25 minutes maybe at the moment, but any more than that, and we're asking a bit too much of him, and I don't want him injured,
especially in that game as well, right?
No, we needed his wise head at the end, and it was good that he was able to come on. But I think I felt for Ryan. You could see the look on his face when he was hooked, that he was, he'd obviously realised he hadn't had the best of the day, which was, that's what you're going to get with a young player. It's going to be, 1 week it's going to be fantastic, and the next week is not so.
1,000%, yeah. And I think that's the same. We'll get on to it, but the same with like Kulusevski and sort of the other younger players. Like, you're not going to be getting, banging massive scores out of them every single week because they're young and they're learning and stuff. So, but 5 for me. Right, let's move on. We're going to move to Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. 6 and a 7.5. I think my extra mark is for the goal, definitely. He again was struggling up against Chelsea. Their press was just too hard for these guys. I think today it was just insane. There was just no getting through. I do remember some like really nice blocks and tackles from him, but again, like he was really up against it today. And I think, for me, the higher mark is really just for helping out with that goal. I know he's always trying to get goals, and like he got it today for us, so I think he deserves a higher mark for that. But he definitely was struggling, I think, in that middle. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if he hadn't scored the goal, he would have. He would have. Probably, I've probably been a bit cruel on him, because I just lost count of the number of times I saw the ball going past him. He just didn't seem to be able to intercept. He didn't seem to be able to tackle. He was good at, as you say, blocking on the edge of the box, and but he was, where he was in midfield like last week, he was directing things, and I know he took a bit of time to get into the game, but by the end of the game, he was, threading passes, he was getting up and down the field, he was intercepting and things like that. I just didn't see that from Pierre today, but obviously he comes up, brilliantly well taken goal.
It was amazing.
It was a really well taken goal, and I like the fact he went over and G'd up the fans afterwards, just to get them on side.
And he always gets involved, like when Conte and Tuchel were having their first round of Bardi, I'm pretty sure Pierre was involved in kind of sorting that out as well.
I saw that a lot of the subs. I saw Matt Doherty was in there.
Doherty was there, wasn't he?
So was Sanchez and whatever. So they obviously are protecting their mister. So it's but it's I not Pierre's finest hour, I'd say, but
he came
kudos on the goal, kudos on the goal,
came good at the end. All right, Rodrigo Bentancur, 7 and a 6. You want to go? I think you're.
Yeah, he gets the extra point for the tackle that really roiled Tuchel, I think, But it was a perfectly good tackle. He took the ball. The referee saw it, and the referee saw him touch the ball. So put that in your pipe, Tommy Chuckles, and smoke it, because that's what the referee said. He saw, and he didn't give the foul. I thought Bentancur was doing all the stuff that I was saying that Pierre wasn't doing. That he was blocking, he was tackling, he was trying to join in the press. I noticed, particularly in the first half. He never panicked with the ball. Or the number of times when he got it under pressure in our own box and managed to steer it out of our box and away, only for it to come straight back again because our forwards weren't holding the ball up. But it's one of those things. It was I like Bentancur. I find it very hard to mark him down. I just think he's just so classy. He's just so classy. He's like like a Bentley, you know. So yeah, love it.
A Bentancur, a
Yeah,
Bentley. Yeah, and
yeah.
I like him too. I think I agree with you. I think early in the game, I think he looked really good. Like I remember like writing a few notes about him, saying like, oh yeah, he's having a good game. But I think he did struggle again, like Højbjerg in the middle. I think it was just that press, that Chelsea press was struggling with all those guys. I think, and I think that moment with Havertz again, like it could have cost us. But yeah, it was decent, and I don't know. I think a 6 for me, which by any means of looking at the other scores I've given the guys, like other than obviously like the defenders, I think it's an okay score, to be honest, with the game that we had. For me, he's definitely the best I think I've scored for the midsection. So yeah, I think for me, as a solid 6 for you, Bentancur today. Not the best game, but not the worst game. So it's a very hard one to rate, this one, I must tell you, because it was just so up and down, so tactical as well. This game, it was just so
Very
incredibly.
tactical. Yeah.
It was a very tough one for me to rate as well. So right, Kulusevski, what are we saying? 5 and a 6. So 6 for you and a 5 for me. Ugh, Kulu, my boy. I just think
Um,
for me, I don't know. You go. What are you saying?
I thought Kulu had a really good first half. He seemed to be, he pressured Koulibaly into several mistakes in the first half. He carried the ball, but as the game went on, they got a measure of him, I think, and between Koulibaly and Cucurella, they kind of wrapped him up. It was difficult for him to do that. Obviously, there was a change of formation when we had four forwards on at one point. When we went to 4-2-4, was it?
4-4-2. Was it? Was it?
Yeah, yeah,
4-4-2. I was struggling to decide
yeah.
what to
4-4-2.
that.
Yeah. So it was, it was, yeah. But I mean, I thought he was, he tried, and I think, that's why I gave him a 6. I thought I think again his first half performance was better than his second, whereas the team probably played a little bit better in the second
Yeah.
than the first. So it's a difficult one to mark.
Yeah.
He did make I think it was his pass to Son early in the game, which when we had a chance, and it was again it was hit to feet rather than in front of Son, so Son had to check.
Yeah.
And
Quality was lacking a bit, I think,
yeah,
today.
yeah. But I mean, if you compare the pace that Chelsea put on the ball to the pace that we put on the ball, it's like night and day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you need to really ping the ball, and we don't seem to do that very well.
Yeah, no, I think if you're looking at like touches as well, so 23 touches to the ball, I think it shows you that we were struggling to get the ball to these guys as well. And what was that, one tackle, I think, for Kulu? Like, not a lot of stats for him, showing that there wasn't much action, and there wasn't much kind of happening at that front end of the pitch. So not the greatest day. And like I was saying before about kind of young players, I think again, but did he have a chance as well? Like, he had a few, I guess, but he was lacking opportunities, I think, today.
Yeah,
Just because
I
of
don't
the way
remember him
Chelsea.
being in any shooting opportunities. I mean,
No, I don't either.
he did
So,
try to do one or two sort of, get between defenders within the box, but to be fair, Chelsea kind of nipped that in the bud as well.
yeah.
I mean, he had a great week last week, so he's allowed. He's
Yeah,
allowed.
definitely. I think he's definitely allowed. So he's got a 5. You'll be better. It'll be better next week, I know, Becky.
It will, yeah.
All right, Harry Kane. Let's move on to Harry Kane. So 6 and a 7. Again, I'm giving extra points to people who got goals and things in the game. I think he had one of 3 shots on target. Not great, but he was trying, I guess. It didn't look like he was trying at the start. I think there was a lot of, it didn't look like he was doing a lot, especially in that first half of the game. But I think, like I said before, like I think he and Son were like really isolated throughout the match. I think they were struggling up against Chelsea. I
Yeah,
think
I mean
they were right on them.
Yeah, they wrapped him up quite a lot, Harry Kane. But equally, he didn't seem, considering that we were all commented on how strong he's looking, he seemed to be dispossessed of the ball really, really easily today.
Yeah.
There were times when he would have taken the ball down normally and would have just got it out from his feet and passed it to Kulu or passed it to Kane, and to Son rather, and it would have, but that just wasn't happening, and then it was coming back off of him and going straight back to one of their, because they had this extra player in midfield which we never really got to grips with throughout the game. It meant that it was putting our defence under pressure, so but then he does what we want from Harry Kane. He pops up at the clutch there to equalise, and I don't know whether has he been given the goal or has it gone down as an own goal, because I noticed that Reece James actually deflects the ball, but I think it was going on target. I hope it's not taken from him, because it would be good for his confidence to see that he scored against one of our potential rivals.
Yeah.
I mean, he struggled, but then I think you can say that a lot of the team struggled today, and he was no different. But he did what he's supposed to do, which is score.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I bumped up the 7 just for the fact that he did have 3 attempts at goal, and I guess I don't know. Now I'm seeing Andrew Z just saying Harry was a 4 today, and you know what? Some people may agree with. I mean, I wouldn't say it goes as low as 4, but maybe a 7 is a little high. I guess my scores are bumped up because he got the goal, but it was it wasn't a pure Harry Kane kind of goal. So yeah, maybe I could have said a 6 or a 5.5. I don't know, but I just think that he didn't have the opportunity, I don't think, to do as much as what he could have done for us. So maybe a little high. Maybe 7's a little high. That's what I'm saying.
It was a hot day. It was a hot day, and chances were few and far between. But he was there to take the one that mattered at the end. So kudos to Harry for that.
Yeah, and I think maybe that was what I was thinking as well, is that it could have ended a 2-1. So we ended up getting that point, and you know what, Harry, give me that point. Right, Sonny boy, 5 and a 5.5. Yeah, not a great day for Son. I think for me, he did have 1 of 2 on target. If he actually got that goal in, it could have been more goals for us. But I think he was massively getting blocked by James. Like I said, he was struggling up against the guys today. He was quiet though. I won't deny, he was quiet, and I did see lots of calls for him getting subbed, and people saying Son needs to come off.
He was bullied. He was bullied from minute 1. He was. The only thing he did was he got Reece James booked. That was the only time he seemed to get away.
Yeah.
And I'm a wee bit concerned that he's maybe trying too hard.
Is it Juice Nuts is saying here, giving Son a 4, saying he goes missing in big games, and I think that I've seen that before. These are the games which separate the greats from the elites.
I wouldn't say that's a historical thing, though. I mean, if you think about the Champions League run to the final, they were big games.
He was banging out goals, wasn't he?
Yeah.
On occasion, I think this is
Yeah. I just think he was. Tuchel did a job on our left-hand side. I could see that when I was talking in the preview. I said there's a patch of grass behind James, and I thought it would be I can never say his name. Paqueta.
Now you're making me not be able to say it.
Azpilicueta. But of course, Tuchel didn't pick Azpilicueta, and he beefed up that side of the field. So he was up against Hudson-Odoi and Reece James. So he never really. He just never. To be fair, it wouldn't have surprised me if he'd been hooked at half time. I just thought he was not contributing. And there were a number of times, like the goals, he was moving out of the area or moving away from our goal as if we cleared it. You know, particularly for the second one, he's not paying attention, and there's a player on his, you know, that James is stealing up on the right hand side, or unmarked, and he's kind of halfway in the middle of the field, not really doing anything. You know, and you know, you've got to be able to defend as well as attack, and he did neither today, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's true. I think that the marking situation was different for me because of the whole zonal marking thing. That's, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but for me, it's kind of, I don't know if that's a new thing that we've just implemented. But yeah, I don't know necessarily how much I like it. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that he's going to have to adapt to. Obviously, of course, Kane and Son are a week behind the rest of their colleagues.
Yeah,
so all the players who are on an international break are a week behind in terms of their fitness. So we can expect them to catch up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure they definitely will, but yeah, we need them to hurry up, I think.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's a rush to get these games, you know, leading up to the World Cup done, and you just want to be within touching distance of the leaders, you know.
Exactly, and I think the thing is, we need to get as many points on the board before the World Cup because we don't know what's going to happen after the World Cup, do we?
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, if you think it was hot, if you think it was hot today, it's going to be much hotter playing in Qatar than it was today.
Yeah,
you know. So I don't know. I mean.
And we don't know what's going to come back from that as well.
Washed out players, you know.
Yeah. No, we need to get those points on the board. So I'm very happy with the point today. But yeah, it wasn't a game that I think any of us enjoyed to watch. But we got that point, so
yep.
So that's going to do it, Shawnee, for our player ratings today. We do have Wolves on Saturday at the 12:30 kickoff, if I'm correct. I don't enjoy those early Saturday games. I don't know. I mean, it's good to get it out of the way. And if we smash Wolves, then all of us will have a very happy weekend, and you don't have to be waiting until 4:30 on a Sunday. Because today I was like, oh man, come on, hurry up.
It took a while, and of course, some of us are going to stay up and watch the women in Kentucky tonight. You know, so I'll watch them on the internet to see how the new signings come in. I've been watching the galleries, and seems Ledley's gone down very well with our Louisville Spurs people, and I believe Jenna Scalacci was out there today watching the men's game with the players, with the fans as well. So. Yeah, you know, it's a good opportunity because it's the first time our women have gone on an international tournament. We've got a host of new players. We lost a lot of players in the summer, so I'm looking forward to seeing it. And as a new women's season ticket holder, I
done.
So I'm not that I'm going to be able to get to many games, but I'm hoping that I can pass it on to people who want to go.
I'm all for that, Shawnee. So.
Yeah. So first game of the season is on the 20th of September, I believe, at home against Manchester United at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So we should be filling that out, given the Lionesses' success in the summer and the fact we're going to have a new team, and it's Manchester United. It's not just any old team turning up. So yeah, look forward to that. But I'm looking forward to seeing them tonight. They're playing Club America of Mexico in a tournament.
What about Wolves, Shawnee? Tell me about
Wolves. What about Wolves? Wolves. Yeah, well, again, Wolves seem to be a bit hit and miss, don't they? I mean, they're not.
They're not as scary as they used to be. I don't think. They used to always scare me when we went in to play Wolves, but I'm not feeling
and if we win this game, that's another 3 points that we didn't get last season. A home win against Wolves.
Yeah, true.
So I'm my par, I think, for the first 6 games, I think was 14 points. So Yeah, we're still in line to get that, you know. So I had budgeted for a draw today, but you know, hoped that we would win and thought we might win. But yeah, I think we'll do all right on Saturday, even with an early kickoff.
I think we'll come back fighting, right? We have to. I think Conte's going to... What do you think the team talk's going to be tonight after that? Is he going to be pissed with them, or is he going to be cheering them on for... I don't think he'll be happy.
No, he won't be happy because we conceded far too much.
He got a red card as well, right?
And he got a red card, but you know, he won't. He'll be banned from the touchline next Saturday, so that will be interesting. That's a really interesting dynamic, you know. So, yeah, let's see. I would expect us to beat Wolves.
Yeah. Yep. Me too. Well, you can never tell these days, but I would expect us to win and beat Wolves as well. Just a shout out to who we got in comments and who's watching us today. So we had Juice Nuts. Hey, Juice Nuts. Lovely to see you as always. Lee Flanagan was here with us. We had Andrew Z or Z. I don't know, wherever you are in the world, if it's a Z or a Z. Thank you for being here, Andrew, and for your comments. So I think that's really going to do us today, Shawnee.
Right, okay.
Yeah, very quick show.
No jailings today.
No jailings today. Didn't have any nominations for Crime of the Week. If people do have nominations,
I think you should go back and look at the review show towards the end.
Okay.
I think suggestions were being made towards you.
I missed that one this week. Naughty. Maybe I should be in jail for not watching the show.
No. No, it's yeah, no. I think they were, as they were winding up after post match today.
Tonight.
They did not. They did without naming him. They did nominate someone.
Did his name start with an S by any chance, or?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Well, he hasn't done anything this week for me to lock him up. So let me go back and watch that.
Yeah, you're still salivating at the modelling pictures though.
Oh right, that one. Oh, okay. I know what you're talking. Maybe we'll put that in for next week. Maybe that can be a late nomination. But nobody nominated this week. So guys, if you do have a nomination for Crime of the Week, please send that through to me on Twitter. It can be anything. It can be on pitch, off pitch activities. And I think I know what you're talking about. So there was some photos of Sonny going around last week, which nobody nominated him for. But maybe
Jeez, that has just nominated him. Sonny's Calvin Klein ad.
There we go. Yep, that's it. Yeah, I think we all kind of want to unsee that because I don't know if anyone needs to see that.
I don't want him going down the slippery Deli Alley slope.
Oh, nobody wants to go down that route. But yes, Choose Nuts, I agree. I think I might have missed that one. He wasn't nominated, but yes, he's in. He's locked up and he's in jail for quite a long time, I think, for that one. But yeah, guys, please send them through to me if you have anything. But yeah, I think that's going to do it, Shawnee. Is there anything more you have to say today about the match or anything that's coming up? Or no?
No, I mean, other than that, we would have taken a 2-2 at the beginning of the game. So we got a 2-2. We got a point. We got out of jail. And onwards and upwards, and you know. Let's start the hard work at Hotspur Way, Antonio.
Yeah, start it all again.
Start it all over again.
Monday's tomorrow. Let's start it all again. Well, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you again, Sean, for coming on. Thank you everybody for your comments and for being here and supporting us. We really appreciate it. Please chuck a like or subscribe if you haven't already. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. I think it's nearly there for us. But enjoy your week. Stay safe, and we'll see you very soon. Ciao.